Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear student, today we will discuss the another experiment regarding the course number 510 for the experimental pharmacology, and this is the experiment number 27 to study the effects of pilocarpine on rabbit's eye experiment. Let's start it. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. As we know that we will use rabbit as a pharmacological experimental animal जिसमें हम basically different चीज़ें जो हैं वो rabbits पर देखते हैं. And for the current experiment we will discuss के what are the effects of drugs on the rabbit's eye. The content of the current lecture will be the why we are using the rabbits in the research, and what are the purposes of ocular experiments, and what is the pharmacology of the rabbit eye, and what is the similarity of the rabbit eye with the human eye. And then we will study the effects of drugs on the rabbit eye by observing its receptors. Then basically for our lab we have 4 major drugs which we will discuss one by one. What will be the standard procedure, and there must be some research article जो कि हमें अपने lab work में include करना है, and then a good will be there. Rabbits. What are rabbits? Rabbits are the species which closely resemble with the human due to its larger in size as compared to mice and rat. It is Oryctologus cuniculus, and basically it is employed in a research like cancer, like eye, like ear infections, skin disorders, for the investigation of the diabetes, anti-diabetic drug, or the cardiovascular drug because of the increased blood volume, and other cardiovascular diseases like hypertension and the atherosclerosis. Furthermore, it is a best animal which can be used for the hematological studies, as we can easily withdraw enough amount of the blood which can sufficient to kill the mice. अगर हम mice या rat को use करते हैं तो उसमें से अगर हम blood withdraw करते हैं इतना जितना हमें टेस्टिंग के लिए चाहिए बेसिकली, तो वो ब्लड विड्रॉवल इफ़ेक्ट्स जो है वो बेसिकली बॉडी के अंदर एक ड्रास्टिक चेंज प्रोड्यूस कर सकता है, लेकिन रैबिट उसको फिर कोप अप कर लेता है ड्यू टू इंक्रीज बॉडी वेट. यूजली इसका 1 kg से लेके 115 ग्राम तक इसका जो है बेसिकली वेट होता है. Another important use is of the rabbits are basically they are used in the cosmetics and other chemical testing, and the main test is the Draize test, which is the administration of any newer substances on the rabbit skin or eye, which are then detected for the redness, irritation, or any other symptoms. Purpose of ocular experiment. Basically, these experiments are designed to determine the drugs which basically meant for the ocular administration. यानी हम इस experiment से basically हम उन newer drugs को आराम से उनके effects analyze कर सकते हैं, जो कि जिनका main purpose ये है कि they have to be used in the eye. So the intraocular rules of the drug administration is enable us to determine the high concentration of the therapeutic drug with minimum systemic absorption. हम जो है वो डायरेक्ट वो ड्रग जो कि हमें आई के पर्पज़ के लिए चाहिए, हम उनको आराम से इससे जो है वो इन्वेस्टिगेट कर सकते हैं. और इन अदर वर्ड्स वी कैन से दैट वी कैन डिस्कवर न्यूअर फार्माकोलॉजिकल एजेंट्स for the curing of the various intraocular diseases. What are the advantages? Advantages are that these animals are easy to handle, they are human friendly, and these are not so much expensive, so it is also economical. Furthermore, their physiology is very much similar to that of the human eye. Larger size of the gauge needle can be used. We can just use the dropper, or we can use any needle of 30G. Another important thing is that appropriate pharmacokinetic models can be used to calculate the several parameters. हम इसको pharmacokinetics determination of the drug के लिए भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Now let's talk about the rabbit's eye pharmacology. What is the rabbit eye pharmacology? So if we talk about the rabbit eye, rabbit eye is very similar to the human eye, and it maintains its proper visualization and clear image by controlling the influx of light by various smooth muscles that control the size of the pupil, and it also adjusts the pupil size under the autonomic nervous system. It means autonomic nervous system is mainly responsible for the controlling of the smooth muscles of the eye, which are basically regulating the size of the pupil. These are the radial muscles and the circular muscles of the iris. Radial muscles are also called as the dilator papillae. These dilator papillae basically contains the alpha receptor. It means they contains the sympathetic. They are under the sympathetic nervous system, and their contraction is basically under the alpha 1 agonist, and by their contraction it will result in the mydriasis. What is mydriasis? We will discuss later on. And if the alpha 1 receptors are blocked, then they result in the meiosis. Then we have the constrictor papillae, and constrictor papillae are basically the circular muscles that they are under the parasympathetic nervous system, containing the muscarinic receptors, which are M3 receptors. And M3 receptors are basically under the active agonist is the acetylcholine, and activation of the M3 receptors by their agonist, it result in the meiosis, and it is reversed by the M3 antagonist, which result in the mydriasis. The lens of the eye is basically attached to the ciliary body by suspensory ligament, and there is if the sphincter is relaxed, the ciliary body exerts tension on the lens, and it causing the flattening of the lens. And when the circular sphincter contracted, the lateral tension on the lens decreases, and it thickens for the near region, which is called as cyclophagia. And the circular and radial muscles act on a tug of war fashion, that is one is contracted and other will relax. यानी एक दूसरे की ये हेल्प करते हैं. ऐसा नहीं होता कि बोथ साइमल्टेनियसली जो है वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो और रिलैक्स हो. एट अ टाइम एक रिलैक्स होता है तो दूसरा जो है वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है. This is the structure of the eye. You can see that lens is attached to the, and it is the pupil. You can observe that this is basically a pupil in which there is the cornea, and these are the ciliary body or suspensory ligaments, which are responsible for the hanging up of the pupil, जिससे अगर ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगी तो इसका साइज कम होगा, जिसकी वजह से pupil साइज जो है वो इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. So if we talk about the receptors, acetylcholine receptors are basically are of two types, muscarinic and nicotinic. However, here M3 receptors are present, and the number of drugs that target the acetylcholine receptor can easily block these type of receptors. Ciliary muscle, when contracts, the ciliary body moves inwards and forward. Because of this, the lens bulge forward and eye is accommodated for the near vision. यानी अगर ciliary muscles जो है contract हो रहे हैं, then the eye is accommodated for the near region. Near region के लिए ciliary muscles को contract होना पड़ेगा, and the ciliary body is moved inwards and forward, and it focus the lens for the near vision. When ciliary muscles are relaxed, they are resulting in the paralysis of the accommodation. And when the pupil dilates, the iris fold back near the opening of the canal of scalum, and the drainage of the aqueous humors is decreased, thereby increasing the intraocular pressure. यानी जब हमारा pupil जो है वो dilate होगा, ये जो iris है ये fold हो जाएगा, it back to near to the canal of scalum, जो कि you can see in the picture कि ये जो canal है, ये canal जो है वो scalum की जो है वो basically उसके जो drainage है वो open हो जाएगा, and when it is open there will be the drainage of the aqueous humor, जो कि हमारे पास eye के अंदर intraocular pressure का जिम्मेदार है, is decrease. So intraocular pressure जो aqueous humor है is decrease, and it basically result in the increase in the intraocular. I am again repeating कि जब pupil dilate होगा, mydriasis होगी, the iris fold back near the opening of the canal of scalum, और जो drainage है aqueous humor की वो decrease हो जाएगी. Aqueous humor की जो drainage है वो जब decrease हो जाएगी तो there will be increase in the intraocular pressure. और अगर pupil constrict होगा और देन इट विल बी जब pupil constrict होगा तो ये स्पेस खुल जाएगा, और स्पेस खुल जाएगा तो यहाँ पे जो है वो ड्रेनेज इंक्रीज हो जाएगी. देयर विल बी इंक्रीज इन ड्रेनेज. जब ड्रेनेज ज़्यादा होगी तो वाटर कम हो जाएगा आई के अंदर, pupil के अंदर, और फिर इंट्राओकुलर प्रेशर जो है वो डिक्रीज हो जाएगा. ठीक है, यानी कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ pupil हो रहा है तो इंट्राओकुलर प्रेशर डिक्रीज हो रहा है. So if we summarize it, constriction of pupil will increase the drainage and reduce the intraocular pressure. So we have mainly three important terms which are mydriasis, meiosis, and the accommodations. The normal pupil size in adult is basically varies from 2 to 4 millimeter, and basically in diameter and in bright light it's basically change up to 4 to 8 millimeter in the dark. So we can say the people construct to the direct illumination and with the direct response, and due to illumination and opposite eye it basically constrict. जो pupil है वो constrict होगा light में, और pupil dilates in the dark. dark में जो है pupil का size ज़्यादा होगा, 4 to 8 millimeter होगा, और लाइट में जो है उसका साइज ह्यूमन आई का बेसिकली वो कम होगा एज कम्पेयर टू डार्क. दोनों जो पीपल हैं बेसिकली कंस्ट्रक्ट साइमल्टेनियसली व्हेन द आई इज़ फोकस ऑन द नियर ऑब्जेक्ट. अगर नियर ऑब्जेक्ट को देखना है, फोकस करना है, तो फिर जो दोनों पीपल हैं वो पीपल्स हैं वो कंस्ट्रक्ट होंगे. एंड the pupil is abnormal if it is fail to dilate to dark or fails to constrict to light or accommodation. यानी अगर वो डार्क में डायलेट नहीं हो रहे और लाइट से कंस्ट्रक्ट नहीं हो रहे, इट मीन्स कि देयर इज सर्टेन एबनॉर्मिटी इन द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द pupil. pupil की कंस्ट्रक्शन और रिलैक्सेशन बेसिकली डिसाइड करती है टर्मिनोलॉजीज meiosis एंड mydriasis को. So meiosis is basically an excessive constriction of the pupil. अगर pupil जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा constrict हो जाएगा, maximum level पे constrict हो जाएगा, तो it is called as meiosis. And basically it is derived from the ancient word which means to close the eye, to close the eyes. यानी इतना ज़्यादा constriction की तरफ है कि ऐसा लग रहा है कि eye बंद हो रही है. The opposite condition of the meiosis is the mydriasis, which is the dilation of the pupil. A pathological condition in which the pupil is more dilated than the other is called as anisocoria, and meiosis is basically done under the several drugs, like meiosis can be caused by the high doses of the opiates. Opiates अगर लिए गए हैं तो वो autonomic ये जो system है इसको activate करेगा and it will result in the meiosis. Other drugs are fentanyl, morphine, heroin, methadone, and clonidine, nicotine, tobacco, antipsychotics, olanzapine, etc., etc. Cholinergic agent like acetylcholine or acetylcholine esterase inhibitors, serotonin antagonists like ondansetron, and certain monoamine oxidase inhibitors, and pilocarpine, and the mustard gas organophosphates. These are some examples of drugs which can cause meiosis. Mydriasis is the stimulation of the iris dilator muscles, and it is basically the compromise of the parasympathetic tone of the iris sphincter muscles or both. Mydriasis अगर हम देखें तो it can be induced pharmacologically by agents like atropine. Furthermore, mydriasis is one of the symptoms of the glaucoma, and intraocular pressure should be measured in all patients with the dilated pupils. यानी there is a chance of the glaucoma जिसमें अगर mydriasis है normally. And the most common cause of the glaucoma in critically ill patient is the anterior uveitis, and it is basically a painful blinding in which there is a damage to the optic nerve due to high intraocular pressure. Mydriasis occurs with a rise in the intraocular pressure, and it is due to the dilated iris which blocked the drainage of the intraocular fluid from the angle of the anterior chamber. And there may be the attack of the glaucoma, and it can be basically an emergency situation. Another important term is the accommodation, and as we have discussed that muscles in the ciliary body is basically responsible for the accommodation that contains M3 receptors. And if these ciliary muscles are contracted by the M3 and agonists, they result in the relaxation of the suspensory ligament. यानी जो eye से जो muscles हैं they are relaxed, and the lens is more convex, and the eye will be fixed for the near vision, which is the spasm of the accommodation called as the cyclospasm. If there is the paralysis of the ciliary muscles by M3 antagonists, it results in the traction of the suspension ligaments, and the lens become more flat, and there is the fixation of the lens for the far vision. And if the muscles is paralyzed, and the paralysis of the accommodation is called as the cycloplegia. So accommodation reflex is a reflex action of the eye, and basically it is in response of the eye to focus on a near object, then looking at the distant object, which compromise the coordination changes in the lens, in the shape of the lens and the size of the pupil. The constriction of the ciliary muscle making the lens thicker, shortening its focal length, and the pupil constrict in order to prevent the strongly diverging light rays hitting the periphery of the cornea. यानी cornea को prevent करता है contraction, and it reduces the amount of light entering in the cornea. And it basically due to this these are responsible for creating a blurred image. So if we summarize it, we have the eye and we have the iris, which contains radial muscles and the circular muscles. यानी iris के पास दो तरह के muscles हैं which controlling the pupil size, and radial muscles have no parasympathetic nervous system innervation. Radial muscles के पास सिर्फ और सिर्फ alpha 1 receptors हैं which are responsible for the contraction, and they lead to the mydriasis. यानी radial muscles में हमारे पास you should remember कि parasympathetic nervous system की कोई innervation नहीं है. Then we have the circular muscles, and the circular muscles basically contain the parasympathetic nervous system innervation, and they contracted. They are responsible for the meiosis, and the receptors are M3 receptors. नाउ रिमेंबर सिंपैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम में सर्कुलर मसल्स के अंदर आयरस के सर्कुलर मसल्स में देयर विल बी नो सिंपैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम इनर्वेशन. ठीक है. Then we have a separate ciliary muscles which are basically responsible for the accommodation and contraction of the through M3 receptor is basically lead to the fixation of lens for the near region, and if the ciliary muscles are relaxed under the agonist beta 2 agonist which basically select the lens for the far region. And if we talk about the conjunctival blood vessels, there will be as M3 receptors are there. If M3 receptors are activated, they are responsible for the conjunctival vasodilation. And when there will be the vasodilation, it means that vessels are dilated, and the more blood vessels are seen, more bloody eye, reddish eye are seen in case of parasympathetic nervous system stimulation. Or agar if we talk about the constriction, vasoconstriction under the B2 receptors or alpha 1 receptor, there will be the conjunctival vasoconstrictions, and the eye will be pale in color. So these are certain pictures which shows that if sympathetic motor nerve fiber is contracted, then it caused by the dim light, and it produces the or it causes the mediatic agent. Then there will be the radially arranged dilator muscles fibers of the iris and the sphincter muscles fibers of the iris, and there will be pupil जिसमें size उसका reduce हो चुका है. Then parasympathetic motor nerve fibers contraction caused by the bright light, and they are responsible for the further meiosis जिसमें आप देखते हैं कि it is fixed for the near region. This is an example of the research article you have to take out from an internet regarding the drug जो कि हमारी मेन ड्रग है पायरोकार्पिन है. कोई भी आपने ऐसा रिसर्च आर्टिकल निकालना है, एक उसका एब्स्ट्रैक्ट जो है यू हैव टू इंक्लूड इन योर मैनुअल. तो दिस इज़ एन एग्जाम्पल कि जिसमें पायरोकार्पिन विल बी देयर, अ रैबिट शुड बी देयर, एंड द आई एक्सपेरिमेंट शुड बी देयर. तो दिस इज़ द ब्रीफ मैथड. उसमें मैं क्योंकि ये हमारी रिसर्च नहीं है, बस दिस इज़ फॉर द एग्जाम्पल कि आपने भी इसी तरह एक आर्टिकल जो है वो लेना है फॉर द एग्जाम्पल कि किस तरह से आई की रिसर्च होती है, एंड व्हाट आर द मेथड्स, व्हाट आर द रिजल्ट्स, एंड व्हाट विल बी द कंक्लूजन. दीज आर ऑल मेंशन इन द एब्स्ट्रैक्ट्स. This is all about the first part of the this lecture, and the detail of the pyrocarpins will be discussed in a separate lecture. Thank you for watching.